Hello, please take out your Maths Lesson 6.10, pages 153 with 154 in the back. Today we're talking about halves and symmetry. So symmetry is just a fancy word for dividing something in half perfectly. So if you imagine that someone wanted to divide you in half perfectly, or you're going to draw a line of symmetry on your own body, you would not draw it at your tummy. Because if you divided yourself at your waist, you would have your half that has your upper body and your head, and your lower half would have your legs and your feet. Those two halves, although you've divided your body in two and it's in half, they're not perfectly symmetrical. That means that the top and the bottom do not match. So when you divide something by a line of symmetry, it means that the halves match. So in order to divide yourself in half perfectly, you'd have to start at the top of your head and go straight down between your eyes, right onto your nose, in the middle of your lips, to the chin, all the way down your neck, down your chest, and right across your belly button, all the way down. So each side of your body would have a foot, a leg, a hip, part of your side, your shoulder, an arm, and then part of your face. And then the other side would have those exact same things. That is a line of symmetry. That means when you divide something in half, the sides mirror one another. Okay, so be sure to watch the fun video on symmetry, and let's practice this on a piece of paper. Okay, so it says circle the picture that shows one half of the first shape. So for number one, they've given us a square. I know from some of the videos I've watched, I can draw a line of symmetry either diagonally, or I can go vertically, or I could go horizontally. But if I divide this shape in half, I'm never going to get this. There's no rounded sides, so that's not going to be appropriate. I would get a rectangle. If I divide this straight down the middle like that, you see that I get two rectangles. So this would be half of it. Okay, now when I divide this in half, no matter how I divide it, I'm never going to get another square. That's not going to work if I'm just doing a line of symmetry, which means I'm only dividing it once and both sides mirror one another. Okay, for the circle, let's just do a line of symmetry here. So I've divided the item in half, poorly, but it's still in half, and you kind of get the idea. Do I still have a circle? No. Do I have a half circle? Yes. Would I have this rectangle shape? No. That would not show up if they divided that. Either if I went this way or at a diagonal, I'm still going to get a half a circle. Okay? How about a triangle? Well, let's say I divide this right down the middle. There's my line of symmetry. What do I get? I get two smaller triangles. Do I have a half circle? Nope. Do I have a full triangle? So absolutely not. Do I have a half a triangle? I do. Now, their triangle matches this one right here. But if I flipped it over, it would match this side. But that is still one of the sides that I would get. Okay, how about this guy? So I can divide it like this and get two rectangles. Do I have either of those options? No. How about if I divide it horizontally, which means going across? This time I have two smaller rectangles, and I end up with this shape. I don't get a triangle, and I don't get this shape either. Okay. Here I have a diamond, okay? And I can divide this straight down the middle here, and that would give me two long triangles, or I could divide it this way, and I would have two smaller triangles. Do I get a rectangle? Nope. Do I get this guy? Nope. I don't get a right angle triangle. I get an equilateral triangle. An equilateral triangle is a triangle with three sides that are the same. You don't need to know that, but that's just a little extra fun bonus. All right, so let's keep thinking about symmetry, okay? Turn this over on the back. Now, this is when it gets really, really crazy and kind of fun. So symmetry means that I divide something exactly down the middle, and the other half mirrors the one that's there, okay? So for this activity, I have to draw the other half, and it has to have exactly the same things as this does. So I'm going to do a little bit of this on my computer. It's not going to work as well because it's hard to make perfectly straight lines with a mouse. Okay, so I need to have an eye, I need to have another nostril. Oopsie, I got lots of dots there. And then I've got an antenna with a little circle. And then I need to make the wing that goes up and around. I've got to complete the other segment of the body, this part of the body, and then I've got to make this part of the wing that goes down. And it kind of goes like that. That's not perfect, but it's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not perfect, and neither are you. So it's all right. We are going to do our best. But when I do symmetry, this side that I draw needs to mirror this side, okay? And when you come down here, you're going to do the exact same thing with the house. Now, the house has a few more details. So you would start by drawing the other half of the window and the other half of the door. It's getting really sloppy. Oh, goodness. And the other half of the stairs. Okay, and then the pathway. And then you just keep going. So this side would have that, and then I'd have to draw the tree. The tree has a stump, of course. Every tree has a stump, right? Or a trunk, rather, not a stump. And then the side of the house comes up. And make sure I complete the roof line. There's another window over here. Oh boy, that's a bad window. Roof here, and then the last thing I need to do is draw the other half of that window there. Now, does this side match this side? Well, you might say, sorry, Mrs. Plowman, that is a hot mess. But did I try my best? Yes, I tried my best. So that's all I want you to do, is I want you to try and draw the other half the best you can. Does it need to be perfect? Absolutely not. You just do your best.